Hello there, this is Blake LeVine. It's Monday morning and I want to share an educational talk with you. So, I believe that when life is changing, it's very hard to adjust at a very fast pace. And because when life changes, you start to feel differently, it's very hard to figure out how to go with the flow and stay in the moment. And one of the greatest things I've learned is when you try to stay in the moment, it doesn't always get easier, but you don't think always about the past, you don't always think about the future, and you try to do your best one moment at a time. And I've learned from some of the recovery stuff I've read that many people with addictions try to go one moment at a time, and when they don't really do things that put them in the wrong places, it helps them. And what I want to share is that for me, even though I've been sober for a long time, I've been trying to stay in the moment wherever I am. And it's not always super easy, but I do my best to do that. And part of why I feel like things are changing is I think our world has started to not really work out always as perfect as it is. But then I started to think about it and I realized maybe the world's always been like this. And I thought about the times there were wars and the times there were famines and the times there were plagues and the times there were people losing things and gaining things. And I really started to say to myself, maybe everybody goes through stuff and maybe there's always problems. And maybe we're really here to learn and to try to figure out different things. And I don't really know if that's sure, but I kind of believe that God has us do different things, and sometimes it feels real, sometimes it feels fake, sometimes it feels good, sometimes it feels bad. And because of that, I think that God helps me, and I think that you can try to learn how to help yourself and figure out what's your best way. And I really believe that those with bipolar or with any illness are probably going to try to help themselves. And that's probably a great idea, because when you try to figure out how to help yourself, you start to learn about what kind of changes you need to make. And by starting to not only make changes, but accept the ones that feel better for you and you kind of think are healthier, it doesn't happen overnight, but you start to do better in your life. And I don't mean better with all the money or all the success you always wanted, but maybe when your life starts changing enough, you start appreciating what you do have. And even if you get things taken away, you kind of start to feel like there are some good things still left. And I really wanted to make this because I didn't really know for sure, but I kind of felt that all generations had lots of problems. And even though we felt like times when they had not enough food, or they didn't have things and they had to hunt and they had to fish, it was kind of probably similar in a different way.